Welcome to the NT Zone. This is Dale, and today we're talking about the extrovert. So, what is an extrovert? Common definition relies on social stuff, but is that really correct? So, like an extrovert goes out and enjoys chatting it up. Introverts don't. Introverts are like, no. Extroverts are like, so that definition actually is not quite, because when we're looking at cognitive extroversion, it's just like that video I made on cognitive introversion. That's not quite relevant. In fact, you could be a cognitive extrovert and be quite introverted. The reason why? Because extroversion itself, like I mentioned in the previous video, relates to the object. So with introverts, you have basically taking the effects of the object in, while the extrovert, they go towards the object. They find themselves in the object. So that's the rest of the video. I can stop doing this video now. I'm just kidding. So when we're talking about Jung, of course, there's four functions, two attitudes. The two attitudes are introverted, extroverted. So when we're looking at extroverted feeling, it's towards the it's feeling or values which are derived by going out into the community, experiencing people, seeing what people like, and so on. While introversion, of course, would be my values. And so there's a quick difference there. So like an introverted introverted feeler would be like looking at how the values of the others affect the self. And if you have introverted sensation, which is very much time modality, there's a lot of sentimentality, for example, with the 9FP. But we're talking about extroversion here. So the extroverted feeler is someone who enjoys, or not quite enjoys, but uses their mind to make value judgments based off the values of the community, of the surrounding. That does not mean, however, that they can't function without it. You can still function. You're still your type, whatever, even if you're alone and without a community, even if you're an extrovert. You're still who you are. No one takes that away from you. But judging relies on how can I make decisions about my daily life. Extroverted thinking deals with the objective factor of thinking, and thinking, well, backing up, feeling is value judgment. We've talked about that several times. Thinking is critical judgment. Now, critical judgment in what way? It's about intellectual understanding. When you're thinking about something, you're trying to comprehend it in several different ways, by looking at the fundamental principles, by looking at the facts, the principles, theories, facts. They all go together within the stuff of thinking. Now, the subjective factor would be theories and principles. So if I'm using introverted thinking, I basically take in the facts towards the theories I create, or towards the fundamental principles, which I discover by basically doing the exact opposite of an empiricist. I am going towards these things which are undeniable to reason itself, creating theories from them and kind of rebuilding things through my own understanding. Now, extroverted thinking, it's still thinking. It's very much in the lines of an empirical type thinking. Let's say like a scientist. You're going out, you're gathering facts. And as you're gathering facts, you look at how things predicate, upon one another, and so on. Both extroverted thinking and introverted thinking is logical. That's a misconception, is that extroverted thinking is not logical. No, if you look at Jung, he actually explicitly mentions predication. The difference is est ergo est versus cogito ergo cogito, which is what Jung uses to explain in a way. So a introverted thinker always goes back to the I think, therefore I think, or I think this, therefore I think that. Not necessarily explicitly in those terms, of course. People speak in different ways all the time. But that's basically the cognitive side is, since I think this, therefore I think that. With the extroverted thinker, it's this is, therefore this is. So the connection to the facts, the external facts, are the things. And there's a lot of common ground, because thinking, like any other function, the attitudes are basically just two sides of the same coin. You flip heads, you say extrovert. Tails, introvert. Which, by the way, I can do another video on the cognitive structure, because like that can show some things which I will think will benefit you later. But going to intuition. So intuition, if thinking and feeling, which are judging, based off of, like, for example, the feeling is value judgment, thinking is critical judgment, and both of them are extroverted. So they're judging based off of like the objective factor, or the other first, finding themselves in the other in their judgment. The extroverted intuition is more about possibilities. Jung talks about this in several works of his, Psychological Types, Modern Man in Search of a Soul. So, like, it's all about the possibilities, or like I like to look at it as imagination. So the imagined possibilities, it's clearly not within the realm of the now. It's not in the realm of tangible things you can see with your eyes. No, it's all about what may happen. You take a book to a intuitive extrovert, they'll tell you all sorts of things you can use with that book, or whether it's from the content or from the fact of the book's structure. They might be able to sell you whatever idea they can. ENFPs are known as campaigners, ENTPs, debaters. Whether or not you accept these terms that label them, I would have to say that these terms kind of do demonstrate that they're basically salespeople, and they get really excited about things, like new ideas they get excited about. If you're an introverted intuitive, you might not get so excited about the new ideas, but you will produce the new ideas, and you will see how these different possibilities impact the self. The result is, for the extroverted intuitive, more of an excitement for new ideas, even if new ideas may not be so great, and as a result, there's a lot of descriptions of how extroverted intuitives start suffering because they eventually find out that these new ideas don't give them the exact things they envision. And so there's that. But the key important thing is that they are perceiving the possibilities external to themselves, while the introverted intuitive perceives the possibility of the things by the effects of the possibilities upon the self, which is why, like the introverted intuitive, is known more for the concept of being a seer, being able to predict things, INTJ, mastermind, chess player, whatever. I forgot what the introverted, intuitive, extroverted feeling type is called, but that's not so important. The key is extroverted intuition expands out to those possible realms of, okay, what can be done with this? What can be done with that? Will this idea bring prosperity? Whatever. So there's that. Now for sensation, this is the easiest to explain. It's basically sensation of externals. The sensation relates to things which can be grasped by the five senses. They're resolute realists. So an extroverted sensation type might be very pleasure-seeking, that really likes to experience different things. That's just as like the extroverted intuitive likes to go out and seek these possibilities. The extroverted sensor likes to experience this versus that. They are connecting to things just because of how they personally experience it. As they go seek out these new possibilities, and not possibilities, but new realities. So you might see them do things like race. They might enjoy sports in different games. And it's because they're looking for the next new sensation, which they can experience. But at the same time, they are very down to earth, very practical, very in tune with the real. While their introverted counterpart, they experience the effects of sensation, which, by the way, extroverted sensation by all means can be described as, in the terms of the sensation of measure, the sensation of experience, the sensation of space, while introverted sensation can be talked about as the sensation of time, because the introverted sensor might be the type that goes, back in my day, because they are the type who are very well in tune to the past, and they use the past, especially their own experience of the past, from the past, to judge the now and judge the future, which is also why a lot of times people confuse INTJs and ISTJs, because both actually do deal with the future. The biggest difference is INTJs use intuition, which is imaginative, and they get how the possibilities impact them, while ISTJs will use the past as a reference point and make plans from there. So that's the big difference. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you found it helpful. I look forward to hearing from everyone who likes to watch my content, and please get the word out for my channel. I will try to post more videos. Thank you for watching.